In the small town of Willow Creek, nestled between gentle hills and sprawling fields, there stood a small orphanage called the Hope Haven. Among the bustling daily routines of the town's inhabitants, Hope Haven was a place often overlooked by the outside world. Inside, there were children who, by cruel twists of fate, found themselves without parents to guide or love them. Amidst the lively chatter and games in the orphanage, there was a 7-year-old girl named Lily. With an untamable mane of curly brown hair and eyes that seemed to hold all the world's sadness, Lily stood apart from the other children. She rarely spoke, yet when she did, her soft voice wove tales of distant places and imaginary friends. Her favorite companion was an old, worn-out teddy bear that she clutched tightly, as if it was her lifeline. Lily's sadness was a heavy weight that she carried with her, like a cloak that clung to her shoulders. Her parents had been lost in a tragic accident. In the corners of her mind, the memories of happier times played in a loop, taunting her with the remnants of a past she could never reclaim. Every evening after supper, the children would gather around Miss Clara, the caretaker, for their bedtime stories. Miss Clara, with her warm smile and nurturing demeanor, had a special way of making every story come alive. Yet, it was clear that Lily's heart was a fortress, one that even Miss Clara's magical storytelling could not penetrate. The turning point came one winter's night. A terrible storm brewed outside, the winds howling like a beast in the dark. Power went out, plunging Hope Haven into an ink-black abyss of fear and uncertainty. The younger children whimpered, huddling close, but Lily sat up, her eyes suddenly alight with something new. "I'll tell you a story," Lily announced in a voice stronger than she had ever used before. The other children turned towards her, intrigued and surprised. She spoke of adventures in faraway lands, of brave knights and clever animals, of love and hope overcoming darkness. As Lily's story unfolded, the walls of the fortress around her heart began to crumble. The children listened with wide-eyed wonder, their fears quelled, captivated by the images she wove with her words. For the first time, Lily's own pain was soothed, however briefly, by the shared joy and comfort her story brought to others. In that moment, something shifted within Lily. A small flame of hope reignited. The storm outside raged on, but inside Hope Haven, a new bond was forged, one of shared dreams and compassion. Though sadness still lingered like a shadow, it was no longer an insurmountable barrier. Lily had found her voice, and with it, the possibility of healing, for herself and for others. The fortress of her heart was not indestructible after all. Through storytelling, she had discovered the power to mend what seemed irreparably broken.